Hi guys, how's it going? This is Resident of Collinwood for YouTube, and I'm back to do another video for you guys. The good, the bad, the gray, and the anti-hero, and I am doing Adam from Dark Shadows, obviously. I know there are people who aren't really fans of this arc, but I actually enjoy it. I know it's just Frankenstein's, basically they're doing Frankenstein's monster, but I really love Robert Rodin's performance as Adam, and I'll get into what category I would start him off here in a minute. I think it's important to stress how this character really gets started. You have Jeff Clark slash Peter Bradford digging up the body parts and giving them to Dr. Eric Lang, who is going to conduct the experiment. And who, you might ask, is going to give them hit their life force to bring Adam to life, you say? This guy, our buddy Barnabas, is Jonathan Fred's character. Now, another key thing to remember too is remember Jonathan Fred tells Victoria Winters that I believe he says his cousin Adam is going to come, and he's not going to be around anymore. He's going back to England. That's what he tells her and everybody. By the way, he doesn't go back to England. What happens is Barnabas's full life force does not go into Adam. Only half of it, which is vampire force, I guess, if you would say. So Adam is alive. Barnabas is now no longer a vampire, and that's how they get rid of the vampire's curse, which is really interesting. So Adam is brought to life, played by actor Robert Rodin. What do I classify these characters? Initially good. He's not bad. He's not gray yet. He will get in between all these categories here soon. Um, and a bit of an anti-hero too. I mean, he's the one character. Barnabas tackles all four categories too, but really so does Adam. Um, Adam, who isn't bad, he's very good. Barnabas is trying to teach him how to read and write and English, and or at least some things. Now, Professor Stokes ends up teaching him everything, or most everything. He does learn some nasty habits from everybody's favorite warlock, Nicholas Blair. I think the most interesting thing about the arc really too is how obsessed Nicholas has become with protecting Adam, and how obsessed he's become with Adam not being destroyed. Really, this here is sort of what gets Angelique in a lot of trouble, trying to kill Adam. I mean, that's what sort of sends her packing back to hell, because this, according to Nicholas Blair, is a part of their master's plan, to create new life, which is holy shit crazy. So you have all this going on, and Nicholas starts teaching Adam very bad things, and he shows him the syringe, and Adam goes, "What's that? Drugs." God. Initially, when Adam took Carolyn, he did let her go. He did care about her. He didn't want to hurt her. And Carolyn does somewhat care for Adam. She doesn't want him to be hurt. And she does keep bringing Professor Stokes over, and she tells Professor Stokes, "Oh no, he's a man now," because he's trying to sort of kiss her, and does Carolyn like Adam the way Adam likes Carolyn? No, no, he doesn't. I think Carolyn cares for him more like I want to say more like a brother, a sister would care for a brother. Like, she doesn't want to see him get hurt, but at the same time, she doesn't want to be hurt. So there's that too. Also, again, he went from good and really to bad, and really another reason he goes from bad. You got to blame Willie for this a bit. Willie has sort of been teasing him with certain things, and then he tries to kill Willie in front of Barnabas, and our buddy Barnabas resorted to a cane beating. Um, he pulled out the wolf's headkin and went to work. Took Adam to the woodshed, if you will. Oh, God. And so this sort of sends Adam in a downward spiral, really. It really does. And, I've said about, him being in Collinwood, and he's in that room. Carolyn says, oh, he's a man now. So Nicholas in many ways is guiding Adam to do some very bad things. And and here you have Adam going from good to now learning through Professor Stokes as well. There's that too. So, and Professor Stokes is trying to teach him the right things to do. And so there is that. Now, you know, but though too, again, he goes back from that to bad. Now, where does the anti-hero fit in? I think really where the anti-hero fits in most really is when he does help Carolyn in a sense. So again, there's a bit of everything in Adam. There's not just one specific thing. He fits all these categories. What is Adam by the time he leaves? I think that's the most interesting because you got to consider all the characters he interacted with. So there was Barnabas who did try to teach him at first, but then started hitting him because of Willie. You know, and then Barnabas was going to shoot him, and then Jolie's trying to talk him out of it. Like, we can't shoot him. Like, no, we don't want because killing Adam, you know what this would mean, right? By the way, Adam, the only person to jump off Widow's Hill and live. That's right. There are people who jumped off Widow's Hill and lived. Amazing. So you would think, I'm so used to having my glasses on, you would think people would just learn to stay away from Widow's Hill. But our buddy Adam, he went right over like that. Screw it. He was going for that perfect 10 die, was what he was going for. No, I'm kidding. Eventually, what you have happen is Nicholas wants to construct a bride for Adam called Eve. And are they sort of taking Adam and Eve from the Bible? A bit. They're taking the names, I think, only in a sense. I don't think they're taking the entire plot of Adam and Eve. They're not. There's no Garden of Eden. There's no apple. There's no snake temptation. Really, the biggest temptation itself is Nicholas, playing the hands he's been playing. Now, eventually, Adam does some more things and wants them to create them, another bride. He wants another bride after he rejects him, and he's holding, Barnabas and them plus Nicholas is too. Eventually, time runs out. Nicholas goes back to hell. Eventually, Adam just leaves. I mean, he does. Do I think Adam left a good person? Adam, by the time he had talked to Professor Stokes again, I think, Professor Stokes said, hey, I tried to help you. I think Adam did leave on good enough terms to go and live a life. I do think that he left really a gray character. When I say he's neither good nor bad, he isn't by the time he leaves. I think, again, this is a character I said he tackles all four categories: good, bad, good, bad, anti-hero with Carolyn. Now he's gray because by the time he leaves, think about it. The worst thing he's done is tried to help create his own bride. And no, really, did Maggie die? No, no, Maggie didn't die. It's okay. So Maggie's alive, so we can forgive him for that. I mean, come on, if we can forgive Barnabas for kidnapping Maggie, come on. Um, Sorry, Barnabas. Oh my god. I do think too, one of the most interesting things I find, not just with Adam, but with the arc itself, is there's a lot of interesting things that go into the arc, really. keep in mind, one of my favorite facts is Dr. Eric Lang and Dr. Julie Hoffman did not believe in a witch. They didn't believe that a witch existed, and eventually, Julia started believing. Um, I think really Dr. Lang dies. You know, uh, you know, before really he can fully believe in a witch. Really, I think he somewhat suspected eventually, but I don't think he ever really believed, in my opinion. If you disagree, that's fine. Um, Also, Adam's obsession with Carolyn, I think, is really at first it's sort of like a sweetheart crush. He really finds her attractive, and again, he has sort of the mind of a child. He's looking at her fascination. He is attracted to her. Who wouldn't be? The lovely Nancy Barrett, and you know, things escalate from there, and eventually, after I love when him and Stokes are together because I do think Stokes tried to help him. He doesn't. By this time, Adam does not like Barnabas. He doesn't. And really, when Nicholas gets a hold of him, it makes matters way worse. Again, because Nicholas is trying to plot some evil plots on him. He's one of the most complex characters in Dark Shadows history too, because of the Frankenstein. Not just because of the Frankenstein creation, because this is a character literally being molded by other characters. I mean, really, the even more so than when Barnabas was. I think that's the thing. Adam is his own character by the time he leaves Collinsport, because to me he's gray. He's neither good nor bad. It's up to him what kind of life he lives. Now, do I think he got a happy ending? He's living somewhere nice. Listen, if you've watched Dark Shadows, you know one thing: there is no happy ending. There's no happy ending for anybody. Um, so no, I don't think he's living happy at all. I think he's miserable as hell. Um, or, the late Robert Rodin, really a great performance. Robert Rodin, to sort of get into him, he does not get enough credit for his performance as Adam. I mean, he really made that character what it was. The interactions he would do when getting beat, when getting talked to, the he does a really good job going through the transgressions of the part, and he really does a great job when he finally does talk, maintaining the balance, because he's, again, I said he goes through all four phases. It seems like he goes through them with the snap of a finger, simply because of how fast this arc sort of moves fast. It doesn't drag, and so at least in my view, it feels like it goes faster. This arc is sort of like the fast-paced arc. It doesn't. It goes fast. I know it feels like Nicholas has been around for a while. It's because Nicholas has been around for a bit. But again, because remember, Nicholas initially came to help Angelique, and by this time, Angelique's been punished. And by the time Adam arrives, and when she tries to kill Adam, well, that's why Angelique's sent back to hell, which is going to get into my next video, Vampires of Dark Shadows, because Angelique comes back. And you're gonna find out as what, if you've watched Dark Shadows, you already know. So he really does a good job going through all these emotions, really in such a fast time. And look, I know he was an actor too, but that could not have been easy to do. I mean, that could have not have been simple. But he made it seem so simple. And Robert Rodin does not get enough credit for that performance and what he did. I do enjoy the Adam arc. It's a very fun watch. I will say, Marie Wallace's Eve is very sinister. Again, Adam is around some characters that are very sinister. Nicholas Blair, Eve is not the friendliest either. Now, Adam's no saint, but by that time, but in the same sense, he's not around some the best characters either. He's picked up some bad character traits. But again, by the time he leaves Collinsport, I feel he is a great character. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The next video will be the Vampires of Collinsport. You guys have a good day or good night. Sorry.